Eskom hasn't been fixed, it's been silenced. With elections looming, the lights are on, but the truth is off limits. Is this stability or another political stunt? In this episode of SA Unfiltered, we unpack the real state of South Africa's power utility, and why the silence before the polls could lead to the loudest blackout yet. South Africa has been strangely quiet lately. No stage 6 warnings. No rolling blackouts. Just silence. And in a country where the word load shedding has become part of everyday vocabulary, this sudden peace isn't comforting, it's suspicious. Eskom, once the face of national failure, has fallen out of the headlines. But is the crisis really over, or is the ANC just pulling a political magic trick ahead of elections? Let's not play games. Eskom hasn't fixed anything. The same power stations are still decaying. The same corruption that hollowed out the utility is still being investigated. The same debt, of 400 billion and counting, is still hanging around the neck of the taxpayer. So how is it possible that load shedding has suddenly disappeared, just as the country heads into a critical political season? Simple. It's not a miracle, it's manipulation. What we're seeing is not stability. It's suppression. Eskom has pulled back on maintenance. Diesel-powered turbines are being run non-stop, at massive cost. Private sector energy generation is being quietly ramped up behind the scenes. And all of it is being done to prop up the illusion that the lights are on because of progress, not pressure. But the bill will come due. And when it does, the lights won't be the only thing going dark, so will the last shred of public trust. This is not the first time we've seen Eskom used as a political shield. Before the 2019 election, blackouts magically stopped, only to return with a vengeance weeks later. Now, in 2024, the same script is playing out. But South Africans have learned. They've seen what happens when political agendas are placed above technical reality. It's like painting over cracks in a dam and praying it doesn't burst. The truth is, Eskom's core problems haven't been solved, they've just been masked. Medupi and Kuzal are still riddled with defects. Transmission infrastructure is still under strain. And the workforce is still plagued by low morale, internal sabotage, and an exodus of skilled engineers. Even the renewable energy pipeline, once hailed as a game-changer, has been slowed down by bureaucracy, outdated regulations, and turf wars inside government. Meanwhile, diesel is burning like water. Hundreds of millions are being spent each month just to keep the lights on artificially. That's not sustainability. That's desperation. And when the election is over, when the pressure to look good fades, the reality will hit harder than ever. More outages. More breakdowns. More excuses. Because you can only delay maintenance, burn through fuel, and hold your breath for so long before the system snaps. Let's be honest, Eskom didn't collapse overnight. It was eaten from the inside. Corruption. State capture. Overpriced contracts. Political interference. From boardroom to boiler room, it became a playground for looters and a monument to what happens when loyalty is valued more than skill. And now, the same people who allowed that collapse are trying to sell us the idea that a few months of silence means the storm is over. South Africans deserve better than that lie. The real tragedy is that the people feel powerless, both literally and politically. We've been told to be patient. Told to save electricity. Told to buy inverters, generators, solar panels. While politicians enjoy uninterrupted power at taxpayer-funded residences, ordinary families sit in the dark, watching food spoil, businesses bleed, and hope flicker out. This energy crisis is not just technical, it's personal. It's the shopkeeper who can't keep the fridges running. It's the student who can't study by candlelight. It's the mother who has to cook dinner in the dark. And when Eskom fails, it doesn't just trip a circuit, it trips an entire economy. Every hour lost to load shedding is an hour stolen from South Africa's future. But here's the most dangerous part: the silence is working. Public outrage has cooled. The media has moved on. The ruling party is already campaigning on improved energy stability, hoping the short-term silence will rewrite the long-term disaster. But the truth hasn't changed. Eskom is still on life support. And pretending otherwise is not just dishonest, it's dangerous. South Africa needs more than quiet months before elections. It needs a full reboot of the energy system. An end to political appointments. Full transparency on contracts and spending. Aggressive investment in grid upgrades. And a clear, honest national plan for transitioning to renewables, not the stop-start, half-hearted process we've been sold so far. Private sector involvement must be embraced, not blocked. Municipal independence should be expanded. And the days of using Eskom as a political shield must end permanently. Because if we keep allowing short-term optics to override long-term planning, we'll be stuck in the dark for generations. Eskom is not just a utility, it's a mirror. A reflection of everything wrong with South Africa's political culture. Delay, deny, distract. But that mirror doesn't lie. And if we want the lights to stay on, really stay on, we need more than technical fixes. We need political courage. We need honest leadership. And most of all, we need to stop rewarding failure with applause.